So I'd like to introduce you to Mikhail Molat. Now, obviously that sounds very Russian, but I'm going to pretty much guarantee he's cheating right here. So, yeah. I looked at this replay. So you got to remember, so he loaded in just like a couple seconds ago, and that was like immediate. Now, what's even more sad is how far along this account is. Now, granted, so in the replay, he's a different squadron than he is now. He's in Badco, and unfortunately, I can't look up the new one now. But unless they suspect him of cheating, where the old one he was in is a Chinese one, the new one, I don't know. I'm assuming it's English, but I don't really know. But it's a 10,000 battle account. Cool. It's a greatly advanced one. But, like, what is this account? I looked at the record on this account, and I was like, there is no way this is, like, this original player's account. And so my assumption is that it's likely a sold or a stolen account. It's probably, in this case, I would bet this is a stolen account, which unfortunately is kind of sad. But you can see the vehicle he's playing right now, he's negative in. So, well, that's weird. Why would you have an account like this? It could be a sleeper account, it could be a hidden account, it could be a stolen account. There's always speculation on what these accounts are because you just don't know. This literally could be a player that's been cheating forever, and it's just terrible because he uses his cheats like he expects it to go through the ground, like this guy, like the Panther there. Now, the good thing is that he is atrocious at the game. The problem is I don't understand who plays like this at all. But every time I say that, it's like, well, it's fairly obvious who plays like this. It's really sad cheaters. I posted a creation post the other day about how really easy this game is. Now, granted, it sounds very much like I'm bragging, and unfortunately, that's the way it comes off as a lot of the times, because in reality, this game is not hard to play. Coming from someone who has basically, well, last check, like 3,000 or 4,000 hours, and actually, no, it was 5,000, I think. So I'm like, it's every person that I know is like, oh, you have a ton of hours, you must be really good at the game. That's just what it is. I'm like, it's just, I get used to playing the game. The thing is, I've said before, I don't play a lot of high tier. I play the list that I put in of the post that I put up the other day was that this is a very easy game to play if you play in certain BRs. Now, granted, you can be very good at the game and play whatever BR you prefer. I prefer probably 8.7 to like 4.0 or 2.3.0 area. Now, granted, lower tier is going to be a lot easier because you're playing against newer players. That's totally fine. But you also play against veteran players who don't like playing higher tiers. Like, I run into people all the time who are like, you know, several thousand battles in like a 2.0 vehicle. But that's what they want to play. If they want to go club at low tier, that's entirely up to them. So you got to remember that no, we do not need a system that prevents higher level players from playing low tier, because that's called skill-based matchmaking, and I absolutely loathe skill-based matchmaking. It's probably why XDefiant is probably doing so well right now, because, you know, Call of Duty does player or skill-based matchmaking, and it's sweaty as heck to play Call of Duty. But I know people who are like, well, I'll never play, like, this game needs a skill-based matchmaking. Why is it that I have to be a new player facing veteran players? You want longer queue times. Like, I wanted them to do, like, a smaller BR spread for when it comes to vehicles. Like, hey, I really wish it was a 0.7 BR spread instead of a 1.0 BR spread. And they were like, well, the queue times will be exponentially longer, even though they've never tested it. But if you want really long queue times, considering this, as like, everyone's like, well, queue times wouldn't be that bad. Well, here's the thing. Call of Duty has, like, millions of players that play. War Thunder, on average, is like 100,000 on average. Now, granted, obviously updates and you know, major patch updates, because like the new patch update is going to have the F-18, so you know there's probably going to be 200,000 people online, and it's going to be, you know, the servers are going to be absolutely crapping themselves for a solid week and a half. And, you know, where it's going to crash basically every single night, and then there's going to be posted right of the server crashed. Like, that's not anything new. The thing is, the game is fun, and it's really easy to play, but don't play to grind. It's just the easiest way to explain this game to anyone who plays this game on a regular basis like I do. Now, granted, I play on a regular basis more or less twice a week now. I'll play usually with friends. I sometimes jump in. I've said before, I play in Oddbods' Discord. Why Oddbods' Discord? Probably because it's like the most active Discord besides maybe like Justin Plays' server. But in reality, it's like I don't really feel the need to, you know, my own squadron, which my own squadron is not very active. They only do a couple actions every now and then, but they really aren't very active. Now, nothing against them on that regard. They tend to play a lot more ARB than me. I like to play ground RB. But really, in reality, this game is just, it's fun. It's more fun to play with people. So find a niche BR that you love to play and go play it. And that's just what I do. I'm one of those people that, you know, will crazily abuse like 4-7 Russia, 4-0 Russia, 6-7 Germany. Oh, 5-7 America actually is pretty fun right now. I like to play that because the M36 is pretty fun. Let's see. 8.7 Russia is probably the most broken lineup, at least right now for me. I know 10.0 Russia has got a really good lineup, obviously, but like 8.7 Russia gets so many down tiers you would not believe. I get almost constant down tiers. I played like 20 matches several weeks ago, and I think 18 of my matches were like a full down tier or like a partial down tier. It was easy. 8-3 Britain, because the Falcon is hilariously fun to play and pisses a lot of people off. But yeah, there's a lot of vehicles that you can play as a niche that are really fun just to play. So go play what you want to play and stop worrying about grinding. If you want to buy a premium, if you want to do that, whatever you want, go play it. Because it's fun, and you want to play it. But don't make it to where this game is annoying for you because you don't want to play, you don't want to face whatever it is. Now, yes, we have a cheater problem. The lucky thing is that the cheater problem is pretty minimal because in a game of 20-odd players, you know, whatever the amount of player count is in this, you get one cheater. And it unfortunately only affects one side of the team. So it's very minimalistic on how the problem is. But I'm glad the Gaijin actually does anything about it. Otherwise, we'd have worse cheater problems. So, as always, I hope you have a rest of your morning, day, evening, and go, like I said, go join a Discord. Go have fun. Like, don't be miserable in this game just because of what I report on. Because, yes, it is an issue, but you know what? This game has a lot of cool perks in it, and it's really fun to play with other people, even if it can be frustrating at times. So, as always, like I said, have a great morning, rest of your morning, day, evening, or night, and have a good one.